Hello, welcome to ACE Online and welcome to October 2023 Current Affairs. So this month has been, happening with lot of events and we will be having lot of issues to discuss. Not only issues, the issue or the facts regarding those issues are relevant for our exam, right? So first thing we will be seeing the Nobel Prizes of this year, like 2023, which will be given on December 10th, right? So the winners has been already announced and every year it will be announced in October month, but the awards are given in December month of 2000, every year December, right? On 10th December, they will give the awardees, right? So we will see before seeing the winners of Nobel Prizes, we will see the background, what is actually the Nobel Prize and who are all been eligible for this award and what is actually the history of Nobel Prize. We will all see the relevant things. Yes, so the Nobel Prize was actually the brainchild or the plan of Alfred Nobel. He is a businessman, scientist and whatnot. He is a multitasker. So whenever he was planning for his own life as well as for the future of human society, he planned like we will be giving certain, we will encourage certain people who are contributing for human society. So he has put all his earnings, whatever he earned, whether through publications or whether through his inventions. So he put all the money at one place and he wrote the details about the Nobel Prize, to whom it has to be given and why it has to be given, and some more conditions to receive the Nobel Prize, right? So that was the background, it was a plan of that particular person, and since then we are giving every year the awards. Let's see the facts. The Nobel Prize was set up when a businessman and entrepreneur, Alfred Nobel, died and left the majority of his fortune. Fortune means here his money, to establish the prizes. So he has put a lot of money. With 100 years or even 120 years, the interest has got in multi crores and it kept increasing it, right? Because of the interest that we gain on money. So based on that, so he has planned, he has put it certain conditions to give the prizes. Alfred Nobel that his wish stated that prizes should be awarded to those who during the preceding year, that means the before year, if you are announcing the award for 2023, whoever contributed for 2022 has to be conferred the greatest benefit of the humankind. So they will be marked with the the quote that they have contributed for the humankind. So in that particular previous year, whoever has contributed for the human advancement, they will be conferred with the Nobel Prize. That's what he wrote in his book. And after that, one more point here, he is also known for inventing dynamite and is holder of 355 patents. Patents means whatever you have invented has to be marked that this is mine, I have invented this, so that others won't be copying it, right? So he has already 355 patents, and he is also inventor of dynamite, right? This may also come in the exam. He is also the inventor of dynamite, right? Yes. So coming back to the facts, so that was the background, like when it was introduced and what is the purpose of that. Now coming to certain facts which are relevant for our exam. The first prizes were awarded in 1901. This is relevant for our exam, right? So this was the foundation, Nobel Foundation symbol, right? So first award was given in 1901 and they have been awarded annually since then. So since then they were continuously awarding the Nobel Prizes annually, except in two instances, that are World War I and World War II. So during these 4 years and during these 5 years, there were no awards related to the Nobel Prize, except those years we are continuously giving it every year, right? So this also you can remember. The Nobel Day, which takes place on December 10th. As I was telling you earlier, that every year Nobel Day is celebrated on December 10th to mark the death anniversary or death year of Alfred Nobel. Marks the anniversary of Nobel's death, right? So it was his death anniversary and we are celebrating it as a Nobel Day, and on 10th December every year we will be giving the awards. The Nobel Foundation, that is a private institution. So whoever has seen that particular book of Nobel, they have formed together. So earlier days the people are not very much money minded, not commercial. They always thought about humankind, not everyone I would say, but most of the people were like that. And you can visualize the current scenario of our society, right? So we have become very much materialistic. But those days, see, the person has earned lot of in crores, like, we can't even imagine the amount. Still he kept, quest for the welfare of the society, right? So the people those days have seen this and they have come together and established, they have seen his book and they have established the Nobel Foundation, that every year we will give this according to the rules posted by Alfred Nobel. We will follow this and we will give the awards. So the Nobel Foundation was established in 1900, and from next year 1901 they started giving the awards, and has ultimate responsibility of fulfilling the intentions of the Alfred Nobel's will. So this foundation, Nobel Foundation, will be fulfilling the will of Alfred Nobel. So every year, that is the criteria. So these facts are important. And few more facts we have, right? So the Nobel Prize categories, like in which categories we will give the prizes. This has been already asked in the exam many times and they will keep asking it. First one, physics, right? So physics, and then chemistry. These are all were mentioned by, these 5 were mentioned by Alfred Nobel. So this particular point we will see later. This 5 he has mentioned in the book, that physics, chemistry, medicine or physiology, both are same, physiology or medicine, literature and peace. So these 5 prizes he has mentioned. This will also, they will ask in the exam. So these 5 names, it has been mentioned by the Alfred Nobel. And in 1968, Sveriges Riksbank, the Sweden's central bank, like how we are having the RBI, the same way they have Sweden's central bank. Sweden is a country, of course, right? So Sweden's central bank established the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel. So this economic prize, Nobel Economic Prize, was not earlier part. When it was launched, again is important for our exam. 1968. So after 1901, which was established for 5 fields, the 6th one was established by Sveriges Riksbank, the Sweden's central bank, right? So this was the latest edition. You have to remember this and they will ask in the exam. So you can see here, these fields you have to by heart literally: medicine, chemistry, physics, literature, peace and economic sciences. Economic sciences was the last one to add on. So these fields were important for our exam. Then few more facts. Laureates receive so what they will receive? You can see this medal as well. So what the winners will receive from the prize? First one, Nobel Prize diploma. There will be a diploma. It's like a degree, memento. A Nobel Prize medal. So they will give a medal as well. A document detailing Nobel Prize amount, which amounts to about $9 lakh. So this year it was $9 lakh. It can be changed slightly, but approximately this is the value, $9 lakh. That means 9 lakhs in terms of rupees. If you want to convert, you can into 80. So 9 lakhs, 90 lakhs into 8. So approximately 7.5 crore rupees, which is a huge amount, right? So this is the things they will get. This is also asked in the exam, what the people will get from the Nobel Prize. So these 3 are the things, right? So this one and this one. These are the 3 things that Nobel Prize winners will receive. Few more. The prize can be shared by up to 3 individuals. Maximum only 3 individuals can be received. Okay, it is not more than that. Very important to remember. So it can be 1, 2 or maximum 3. Or in the case of peace prize, if it is a peace prize, it can be awarded to an organization. That means not only individual, but to an organization as well. But for other things like, chemistry, physics, physiology, only individuals can receive. See how, advancedly he thought. the Nobel, Alfred Nobel, he has thought, because peace can be promoted not only through individual, but can also through organization. Yes, of course, organizations also contribute, for physics, chemistry and all, but in the end, there will be some people physically to assess the project. But in case of peace, it is a collective thing, right? So ICANN also received, ICANN in 2019, which worked against the nuclear weapons, has received the Peace Prize, right? So organizations, only for peace prize organizations are eligible. Nobel Prize cannot be awarded posthumously. That means after death. If any person has worked it in 2020, COVID times for example, but he has died in that year, and after that we cannot give the prize. So even Mahatma Gandhi was nominated four times during his time, right? Much earlier when he was alive, but it was not granted. But after that, we realize the importance of peace, what Mahatma Gandhi ji has promoted. By the time he has died, he has expired, right? By the time we realized the importance of Mahatma Gandhi's peace, we have lost him. So that's why Mahatma Gandhi has not received that. However, since 1974, if the recipient dies after the prize has been announced, they can still be awarded. That means whenever the prize was announced, the person was alive, but after that the person has died, maybe after few days. So in that case, that can be awarded, right? So maybe the family members will take that award. So these are all very important facts about the Nobel Prize. Few more facts about Nobel Prize. You can see the Malala Yousafzai, so youngest person to receive the Nobel Prize. It is not possible to revoke a Nobel medal, as it is mentioned in Alfred Nobel's will. So will means it's a book. So he has written that once it was announced, nobody can revoke the Nobel Prize. So that is also a condition. These are all facts can come in terms of facts. So consider the following statements about the Nobel Prize, and then they will give the 3-5 statements. Few more facts. Malala Yousafzai is the youngest Nobel laureate who got Peace Prize in 2014 at the age of 17 years. Very important. So she was the person who strived for the children's security during the terrorist attacks in the Pakistan, right? So she got in 2014, and she is the youngest one to receive the Nobel Prize, and her age was around 17 years at that time. Then John B. Goodenough is the oldest recipient of prize in the chemistry 2019 at the age of 97 years. So this person, John B. Goodenough, is the oldest recipient of chemistry, the Nobel Prize, and he got it for chemistry in 2019. This fact is also important. Then Marie Curie is the only woman who has been honored twice. So any woman who got twice is the only one, that is Marie Curie, with 1903 Nobel Prize in Physics and 1911 Prize in Chemistry. See, reading physics, chemistry individually itself is very difficult, and this person has achieved 2 Nobel Prizes in physics and chemistry separately, right? So these are the facts related to Peace Prize. And now, it's related to Nobel Prize. Now, we will see the Indians who got Nobel Prize, and this is continuously been asked in our competitive exams, right? So, our first Indian winner for Nobel Prize is Rabindranath Tagore, and he has won it in 1913. Very, very important. The person name, of course, right? Rabindranath Tagore, and his work is also, the popular Gitanjali, and the year he got is 1913, and for what? Literature, right? So it is Gitanjali, for his Gitanjali work, and few more works were also considered, right? So this is the first Nobel Prize for an Indian. Very important to remember. Next is C.V. Raman, Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman, and he got it in 1930. This years are also important. Whatever the facts that we are discussing, everything is important. Year is important, person is important, for what work he has got or she has got is important. And the field is physics, right? And for what work? Raman scattering effect. So you can see that scattering of light, how it bends when it is put it in front of some obstacle. So you can go through that as well, the work. But work is scattering effect. You have to remember this as well, scattering effect. Then Haragobind Khorana. Next recipient is Haragobind Khorana in 1968. For which field? Medicine. That is physiology or medicine. For which one? Genetic code and protein synthesis. So he has worked for genetic code, that is our DNA, and then protein synthesis. So that is also very important. Then Mother Teresa has got in 1979 for the work she has done especially in Bengal region for peace. For peace, right? Helping suffering. Very important facts. Next, Chandrasekhar. He got it in 1983 when India has won the World Cup. That's what I was telling. If you want to remember the years, just know the popularity of that particular year. So for what that particular year is famous for. So here India has won the World Cup, right? So you can remember the year. So Chandrasekhar has got it, and it is for physics. For what work? That is also important. Studies on evolution of stars. Evolution of stars. Next laureate Amrit Sen in 1998 for economics. For economics. And what work he has done? Welfare economics. Right? Capabilities approach. I mean, poverty is not only measured through money, but also capabilities of the individuals. So every individual will have separate capabilities, different capabilities. So based on that, we need to measure. So that's his work. Then Venkatraman Ramakrishnan. Venkatraman Ramakrishnan in 2009 for chemistry. What work? Structure and function of ribosomes. Structure and functions of ribosomes. Next, Kailash Satyarthi in 2014, Peace Prize again. Children's education. Children's education. Again important. Next, finally, Abhijit Banerjee, 2019, Economics, Alleviating Global Poverty. You can note it down, it's missing here. Alleviating global poverty. So it is for economics. So go back again, let's see like how many peace prizes we got. We got 1 and 2. So total 2 peace prizes we got, and physics 1, 2. So total 2 physics we got, and economics also we got 1, 2. So everything is 2. There is no maximum, so you no need to worry. Just remember the first one, last one, and I mean everything you have to remember. What is the person name, field, and which year, and what experiment he or she has done. So these are all facts very much important for our exam, right? Then now coming back to this year's Nobel Prizes. So we have 6 fields, and we will see one by one, and there is a pattern where we can go through. First, we will see what is the prize, and then whom we got and in which work they have got. So beyond this, they are not going to ask you anything. I mean, background of Nobel Prizes and all they will ask. But if you ask for this year winners, we have to remember the prize name, whether which field, and then names, and then what work they have done, and in worst case, from which country they are. Right, from which country they are. That also they may ask in worst case, right? So these things we will see. First one, Nobel Prize in Medicine, Physiology or Medicine. You can see the winners' photos here, right? So their names are Katalin Karikó from Hungary, and she is from University of Pennsylvania in USA, right? So the name is Katalin Karikó. Very important. Of course, these names are all difficult. Every year, students comes up with this. What is the name? This is very complex to remember. Just try to put out some hint, the easy word to catch up, and try to eliminate the options. The next person, Drew Wisman from USA, University of Pennsylvania, USA again, right? So they have worked together. She is from Hungary and this person is from USA. Names are important. Katalin Karikó and Drew Wisman for medicine or physiology. And what work they have done? mRNA vaccines. So how are vaccines developed? This is again the scientific part. So vaccines are developed by using the antibody. So for example, if any virus is there, say take example of COVID. So they will take the virus, collect the sample, and then they will put the antibodies. They will see the antibodies and then they will study that, and the antibodies are put it in terms of liquid and pumped into the body. But now we are directly, what we are doing, there is a RNA, mRNA, messenger RNA, where the the virus will have a messenger RNA. Virus is mostly composed of RNA. Humans are composed of DNA. So that RNA from virus is collected and directly put it into, it is worked out in a feasible manner and put it into human body. So that protein, whenever the virus is attacked into human body, this vaccine will stick to it and it will fight against it, right? So that's how the mRNA vaccines are developed. mRNA vaccines work by introducing a piece of mRNA that corresponds to viral protein. So virus will have a protein. So that mRNA will be introduced, usually a small piece protein found in the virus outermost membrane. So whatever the protein that is available on the virus, that is taken and put it into vaccine, and that will be put it into in our human body. So that will go and fight with the virus. So that's how it is worked. But anyway, this much depth they may ask in our lower level exams. In UPSC they may ask, but a lower level of exams you don't need to worry. Just remember for what work they have got this, right? The names and this winner's work is important. Next, Nobel Prize in Physics. Nobel Prize in Physics, right? So you can see the winner's name. So there are 3 persons. There are 2 persons in physiology, that means medicine. Here we have 3 persons. Pierre Agostini, he is from France, professor of Ohio State University in USA. Very important, Pierre Agostini. Then next person, Frank Krauss, from Hungary, professor, Ludwig, Germany, right? So he is from Germany. Important to remember, Frank Krauss. Then Anna Hüller, from France again, professor, Lund University, Sweden. So these 3 persons has got award for physics. And what work they have together done? For experimental method that generate attosecond pulses of light from study of electron dynamics. So see, here there is a pulses in sky. If you see, there will be lot of pulses. That means the signal sent by the light. The same way they have used this electron dynamics, the small electrons in the lab, and they have tested these pulses, how they are emitting and how they are emerging, how they are working and all. So these pulses will be, in future can be used to record the movement of stars or emergence of universe. All these things can be handled. So for this they have got, these 3 names are important, Agostini and Krauss, Hüller. So you have to remember, these are the names for physics. Next, Nobel Prize for Chemistry. We will see. These are the 3 persons. Again, we have 3 persons. So they may ask 3 persons or they may ask one of the persons. Anyhow, they may ask and frustrate us. Okay? Right. To whom this prize has got? Mongi Bawendi. So they are going to frustrate us with names as well as the work, and by also making the options difficult, right? They will add last year's Nobel Prize winners also, and we have already prepared competitive exams, and many of you might have prepared since 3-4 years, right? So that's how they will confuse us, and we will go and choose the last year's options. So beware about it. So Bavendi, then Louis Bruce. So this person is from France, Massachusetts University, USA. Then Louis E. Bruce, professor at Columbia University, New York. So again, this person is also this person is from USA. Louis E. Bruce and Bavendi is from France. Next is Ekimov, Alexei Ekimov, formerly chief scientist in New York. So these three persons has worked together, and what they have discovered for the discovery and synthesis of quantum dots. What are quantum dots? It is like a semiconductor particles. That means electron particles, right? So we have atoms, those particles which can be used for they will perform electronic properties, electromagnetic properties, and using that you can use lot of application. You can encrypt something, you can also create some designs which cannot be hacked. So these quantum dots can be used for any purpose. So they have discovered and synthesis the quantum dots. For those things, these three persons has got the Nobel Prize for chemistry. Important: Bavendi, Bruce and Ekimov. This is how you remember. So just remember these three last end names and try to catch up with the options. Next, Nobel Prize in literature. So we got only for one person, right? So for whom? John Fussell. Very easy to remember. At least Nobel Society is somewhat humble towards aspirants, right? So John Fussell, only one name we can remember. For what work? Innovative plays and prose which gave voice to the unsayable. That means it's a work name. It's some book and prose poem that he has created. You don't need to worry about this thing because this is a not small thing. It is not actually the work. So for works, those things you can remember. This is not that important. But yeah, name is important, right? Next, Nobel Peace Prize. This is very important. Very important. One person. Of course, everything is important, but damn sure this will come for exam. Nobel Peace Prize 2023. Who got this? Narges Mohammadi, a human rights and a advocating Iranian woman as well as a freedom fighter. So you must have seen last year that Iran has banned many women. They have arrested it. They have killed. The police has killed. It was lot in news. And she was fighting for women's rights, right, across the Iran. Narges Mohammadi. What work? For fight against the discriminatory policy of theocratic Iran's regime. So that last year she worked a lot because this, whatever the hijab or burqa, whatever they are putting more restrictions on women, she fought against those, and that's how she got the award. Next, Nobel Prize in economics. Again, one person. Thankfully, there are no multiple persons. Claudia Goldin, a Harvard University labor economist and economic historian. So let's see for what work she got. She got for women's labor market outcomes. So how women participation is affecting the labor market, their role, how much percentage of women are participating and how it is significant, and all she has worked. So Goldin provided for the first time a comprehensive account of women's earnings and their labor market participation since centuries. So earlier, before industrial revolution, women were equally participating in the economy. That means they were. It was mostly of agrarian society or collective gathering society. So that time, women's participation was equally there for women. But after industrial revolution, women started taking care of house, and men went out to work and earn their bread, right? But now, since then, women's participation has decreased. So that was reflected in her study, and she has put lot of statistics which are not relevant for our exam until you are doing some research, right? So this is her work. So these are the awards. So to summarize, you can remember these things: physiology, medicine, Katalina Karikó and Drew Weissman, mRNA vaccines. And for physics, Perry Agostini, Frank Krauss and Anne Höhler. So electron dynamics, matter. Then chemistry, Mongi Bavendi, Louis Bruce and Alexei Ekimov. Discovery and synthesis of quantum dots. Then literature, John Fuss for innovative plays and pros which give voice to unsayable. Then peace, Narges Mohammadi, fight against women's oppression in Iran. Economic science, Claudia Goldin, gender gap in labor market. So there is a gender gap in labor market since industrial revolution. She has studied for it. So these are about the Nobel Prizes and the background, which is very important for any competitive examination.